Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where and when you're listening to this. This is Coffee with Kevin, and this is my coffee. And today I am blessed, and I am blessed all the time, and I recognize that as much as I can. I'm Kevin Martin, a mindset coach, a business mindset coach, and a hypnotherapist. And I'm here today on my Coffee with Kevin with you today. Just to, it's December 16th. We're halfway through December. We're almost into that new year, 2026. So I want to help you get through the rest of this year and into a big start of next year. Today, December 16th. Oh my goodness, again, it's almost like it was in January, just a month or two ago. It's amazing. Mm. By the way, if you have a nice hot cup of coffee, a hot cup of tea, or whatever it is that you're drinking, juice, smoothie, whatever it is this morning, I raise my cup to you. Raise your glasses in your in your name, in your success. That's what I'm here for, to help people be successful in their lives, not just in their jobs or their careers, but also in their lives, the other parts of their lives. So I'm hoping the things that you learn here on a weekly basis have helped that. Just want to say again, I'm not seeing chats, so I still have this problem. Hopefully, get this fixed before the new year. I'm not seeing any chats, so if you are putting in comments, I apologize not being able to get to see you. December 16th, what day is this? Well, this is the date of the Boston Tea Party. The Boston Tea Party, can you believe that? And I was actually going to get a cup of tea if I had run out of my coffee. This is my third cup, and I still have some more, as you can see. But coming from Boston, having lived in the Boston area all my life, the date of the Boston Tea Party it is something special. It is something that, we live there and say, okay, we had revolutionists here, and we were just throwing all the tea into the harbor, which probably made it really good for swimming and drinking after that. I'm not sure. As far as the national day today, guess what? Today is the National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. So if you can have anything covered with chocolate today. Matter of fact, you can have chocolate covered with chocolate. If you just want chocolate, that's fine. But I love chocolate covered raisins, one of my favorites. Chocolate covered peanuts is pretty good. Chocolate covered pretzels is pretty good too. So you can have anything you want as long as you help others get what they want. That's one of my favorite Zig Ziglar quotes. You probably have heard that here before. I figured I was going to say anything you want as long as it's chocolate covered. But if you help others get the chocolate covered goodies too, you will get what you want. All right. All right. So today we're talking about self-discipline. And I've been thinking about this for a while. And when I talk about things here on Coffee with Kevin, it's not always things that I am expert on, that I'm really good at. I talk about them so that I can bring more awareness into my life as well. And self-discipline is one of the things I've had problem with. From time to time, there are times in my life when I'm really, really good. And then there are times in my life where, this morning as I was waking up, I had hit the snooze a few times, but sometimes I can sleep until 7 o'clock and I'll wake up at 5 initially. And I was saying to myself, I got to get up because I got to get ready for this. And I got some other things to do. It's an important day. I got some meetings that are very important to me, and I need to be prepared. And finally, I looked at myself and said, if you don't get up now, you're not going to be able to get prepared. So I did. I jumped out of bed. I don't do that all the time. I don't. Let's look at the quotes, and I'll talk to them. I'll talk to them. So our first one is we must all suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline, or the pain of discipline, or the pain of regret. And that's a true thing. This is a nice way to frame it, to hit home, because very often when I don't do the things I should be doing the way I should be doing them, I regret later, and that happens to all of us. So if you think in this way, and Jim Rohn was an incredible motivational speaker. He was the inspiration for Tony Robbins when Tony Robbins was first getting off his feet. He was learning everything from Jim Rohn he could. We must suffer one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. This says that discipline is a pain. This discipline is not easy. It's not easy to start. Once you do start it, though, it becomes less of a pain. Now, I don't like the pain of regret. I've missed opportunities because I wasn't ready, because I wasn't disciplined enough. The future you want is created by the habits you keep today. More habits, but habits, when we create them specifically for ourselves, that's discipline. That's discipline. Oh, goodness, I see someone in the chat. Rich Michelson, been a long time. Good morning to you. Good morning. I think the technical difficulties are over. Matter of fact, I think I just discovered what they were this morning. Anyway, this is great. So let's go back. The future you want is created by the habits you keep. So let's think about the habits. When you can create habits just by doing them day after day, and eventually they become a habit. So if you wanted the discipline of spending 10 minutes in meditation every day, start today, continue tomorrow, continue the next day. Those 10 minutes, what happens in our minds is, oh, I got better things to do. Oh, I don't have enough time to do this. That's what happens in our mind. The self-discipline is saying, yes, I need to do it so I can create the habit. Because once the habit's created, there's no other thoughts. It's like, okay, yes, this is part of my routine. So the future you want is you're building these habits for yourself, for the good, to create that future you want. By the way, I'll tell you this now. If nothing changes today, nothing will change tomorrow or the next day or the next day. Start today, always. Through discipline comes freedom. I love this. This is Aristotle, of course. Through discipline comes freedom. We think of discipline as losing freedom, because we're going to make ourselves do something. We're going to be rigid, so we're losing freedom. But when we discipline ourselves to do the things that are good for us, we find more freedom. This is an incredible reframe. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Another John Rohn one. And I wanted to bring this up because I'm always talking about goals. I talk about it with my clients. I talk about it with my students. I talk about it in networking. You know, if you want goals, you have to discipline yourself to really recognize what your goals are and that you really want them, and then move towards them and continue to have them in your face every day. That's all discipline. And it does work. Self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. Now we're getting to the core, because we're talking habits before. But before you can build a habit, you have to have a mastery of your thoughts. And that much is something that I am doing all the time. Mastery of your thoughts means, first of all, awareness of what your thoughts are, recognition of what thoughts are not good for you. When you have any limiting thoughts, any negative thoughts, having that awareness and then taking the steps to get rid of the thoughts. I use Ho'oponopono, the 4-phrase prayer. I've talked about that in the past. Almost everyone that knows me knows that I talk about that, and I love that. That helps me get rid of the thoughts that aren't good for me. That helps me discipline myself for clearing the thoughts that aren't going to be resourceful for me. Those are limiting thoughts. Those are limiting feelings, even negative feelings. But if I've got to get up and speak in front of a group, and I start thinking, well, who am I to speak in front of the group? That's a thought I don't want. That's a thought I don't want. So I become aware of it and say, hey, wait a second, that's not true. That's not true. And then I do something to get rid of it. So self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. Jamie Jenkins, good morning. Good morning. Love you being here. Hey, Brenda, how you doing? Good morning to you, too. I'm so glad I can recognize the chats now and talk back to you. This is fantastic. Okay, so the next one, we've got a few more quotes than usual because I thought this was so important, and I found some really incredible, great quotes. Self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Okay? Even when you don't feel like doing it. This is a problem that I run into all the time. I'm relaxed, I'm calming my mind, and I know I need to do something, and I argue with myself and I say, well, not now. I don't need to do it now. I don't want to do it now. This is a recognition that you're not disciplined. This is a recognition that you need to do something. When you say to yourself you don't feel like it, it's like, okay, how important is this? And then when you get over that, I don't feel like it, and you turn yourself around, that's discipline. That's when you start getting going. One last quote for today. Through discipline comes freedom. Oh, that is not the one last quote because we've already seen that quote, haven't we? I had put that in twice. I'm going to give you another last quote here. It's not going to come up on the board. And discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. I love that. Discipline is choosing between what you want now. And what you want now is in that moment when you say, well, I don't feel like doing anything else. I want this now. I want to sit and snack. I want to watch TV. I want to just chill. I want to rest. I want to lay down. And what you want most, I want to be able to get through my work. I want to be able to brainstorm some stuff. I want to be able to do the yard. I want to be able to do that. What you want most. This is Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said that. And it's great because it really is the problem that we have is it's the difference between what we want now, which is usually the thing that gets in the way of what we're supposed to do, what we need to do. And what we're supposed to do or need to do is usually something involved with what we want most. Wow, I am so happy to be able to be here today, and my app is now working, so I'm really, really, really happy with that. So thank you very much for joining in, all of you. I want you to have a fantastic day. Does everybody want to have a great day? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh, I love these effects. I want you all to have a great day. I want you to have a great week. And it's not up to me wishing it for you. It is up to you. It's your choice to have a great day or a not so great day. So make it your choice, because you can choose how you feel. You might not be able to choose anything else outside of you that's happening to you, but you are in control of how you feel. So take care, all, and I will see you next week. Take care. Jamie, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Take care, all. Bye bye.